Hello YouTube, what is up? This is Samus Ridley for one last update to my exporting add-on. Added a few new things, and the first new option is this apply modifiers, which is default on. That was in the code already, but it was you couldn't turn it off. It was automatically on, so I added that option in there. Then finally this last one for animation, which caused a lot of trouble for me, but basically if you check mark that box, it'll go from whatever you have as your start time to whatever you have set as the end time here, looping through every single frame, and saving as whatever you save it as, but instead of being a .mod, it's a .mod1, .mod2, .mod3, etc. But that caused a lot of problems for me because I had to completely undo the Control A to set rotations that I had in the code, because with animations in Blender, it uses the rotations and stuff here, and when you press Control A, it resets all these, and then it messes up all the animation stuff. So one of the big problems was getting all of these different rotation modes to work, and the reason why I'm mentioning this right now is because I want to talk about the quaternion rotation mode. I probably butchered the crap out of that name, but whatever. The reason why I want to talk about it is because unlike all the other methods, which have just X, Y, and Z basically, which are simple enough, this one has 4 variables for rotation, and it's a very weird system, but basically all 4 of these, if you square them all and add them all together, they must equal 1, and that's all fine. If you are in the 3D view and you do some rotations and whatnot, you come back here and the numbers are changed, that's all good. However, if you yourself change these numbers or type something in, it'll completely mess it up. And I'll give an example of this by typing in 0 into all of these. Alright, and now in the 3D view I'm going to try to rotate, and it gets all confused. It won't rotate it whatsoever because yeah, well, I don't know quaternion enough to explain why it does that, but yeah, basically it gets messed up. So don't mess with these if you decide to use that system. All the other ones work just fine. The add-on will still export your model if you use this rotation mode, and it'll export it just fine if, again, you do it in the 3D view. But if you mess with anything here, your model will get all stretched and skewed on the export. So yeah, it'll look pretty funky. So if you use this correctly, and then all the other ones, I don't think there is a single way to mess those up. Axis angle, maybe. Haven't messed around with that too much. But all the Euler ones should work just fine. Other than that, just have animations that can be exported to so that GameMaker can actually have moving models, and then the option to apply modifiers, which is for armatures and whatnot, so that, again, for animation. Basically, this whole update is just so I could make animated stuff, because it's boring to look at stuff that's standing still. This should be my last update. I don't see anything else really worth adding, in my opinion, unless there's like a big problem. Then, you know, that I might try to fix. The main problem I had been trying to work on is this quaternion thing, but then I realized it's just if you mess with these, and if you mess with this, it works just fine. So I don't want to keep repeating myself. So that's really all there is to this. Sometime next week, I want to release a video on how to make or how to draw 3D in GameMaker onto a surface, which, if anybody's messed with GameMaker for a while, I messed around with 3D and knows about surfaces. The thing is, we have to generate the camera in the draw event of GameMaker, because it gets reset every time, and surfaces cannot be set in the draw event. The draw event is for the screen, so that causes problems. So basically the whole thing is about getting around that, and it's a little advanced because it basically changes the whole way you have to go about making your game. It's not the usual, you know, draw on the draw event, but yeah, I'll get to that in the video. So you guys can look forward to that, hopefully, when I get around to making it. Shouldn't be too long, but you never know with me. Sometimes I don't make videos for a long time. But yeah, other than that, got nothing more to say here. This is Samus Ridley, signing off.